with that.
That's Daddy-O right there, right?
Yeah. I met him on the train. Cool dude.
That's Wise right there.
No, it wasn't Wise. That's Fuquan.
Okay, all right. Fuquan, the one that was in Grave Diggers.
Okay, you was just telling me that.
Yeah.
That kind of threw me off.
Yeah, Fuquan was in Grave Diggers.
Okay. And that was Russell's nephews, right?
Oh, I don't know. You saying that was Russell Simmons'
I want to
nephew?
say that was Russell's nephews.
So they was plugged.
Right. But they wasn't making the numbers. They wasn't doing the numbers. And it was Grave Diggers. They was grimy, like, you know, they getting that Grave Digger feel to you.
Well, the Grave Digger thing came. That was just later. After we didn't hear anything about STETSESONIC, then music changed. The whole era came in.
It wasn't ready for that.
Well, what happened was, you remember it was like a little tiny era that they called a movement that they was trying to dub horrorcore hip hop.
Right.
They was dubbing it horrorcore
because nobody
hip-hop.
really did it, so it was a market for it.
Well, I don't think it was really a market for it. They was trying to make a market for it.
And they proved that.
So you had Grave Diggers. I remember I forgot the group that Def Jam tried to bring out at the time. It was them. It was they was trying to market Mobb Deep in that same category. They was trying to when Mobb Deep first came out. Remember they had the Children of the Corn, and then they had the sickles on the front of the cover. They first joint.
That wouldn't be Def Jam, would it?
I don't know. I'm not saying it was Def Jam. I'm just talking about like it was like a little flash in the pan era. It was right around. It was right after Wu came out. It was right while everything was popping.
Right.
Right in the middle of it. And they was trying to start this shit called horrorcore.
Right.
I forgot the name of that group because I was up at Morgan State at the time, and they was bringing acts around for the homecoming shit.
Okay.
And it was right around the time Grave Diggers came out. Def Jam had that act. It was a couple acts, but they was like pushing almost like the same thing that like the heavy metal groups was pushing. But Grave Diggers, they was tight musically because they had the Wu-Tang kind of like that Wu-Tang spirit behind it. And they had a couple of like a little bit of lyrics that was a little outlandish. Really, some of the shit that Eminem started talking later on.
Right,
you know
but it had to go through.
But they also was kicking that 5% shit in it also. The same Wu-Tang 5%. The Grave Diggers was still kicking the same shit within that Grave Diggers.
Okay.
Music, you know what I mean?
Well, you're going a little deeper than me because I really couldn't study them like that.
Right.
Because I really couldn't get with it.
Well, most of them New York groups from back then. First of all, most of them was either 5%ers or they was fake 5%ers. When I say fake, I don't mean they was faking it, but they was studying it. You know what I mean?
No, I got
but
that.
They wasn't completely into it. So my bad. What it seemed like, what it was is, whatever their gimmick was, you got their gimmick, and then they hide the 5% stuff within the gimmick.
Okay.
So whether I'm talking about selling drugs,
they still got to be who they are.
But I'ma still talk the 5% shit.
Okay.
Whatever I'm talking about, I'ma still sneak that in there. That's what I kind of liked about the era. But I'm sorry for interrupting you though.
No, that's right. No, that's real. Because like I said, the Grave Diggers when they came out, they had a nice cut that I liked because I had a compilation album that they was on, and I liked it. And I'm like, I don't think this is gonna last though. But being as though I heard one of them was Russell's nephew, he's gonna push it. Right. But business is business. If you ain't making the numbers, man, we gotta get rid of you. You try something else, I got you. But right now, this ain't working for you.
Right.
And
was that the STETSESONIC? Was that why STETSESONIC stopped, or that's why Grave Diggers? You know, Grave Diggers was RZA group.
Was it?
Grave Diggers.
Oh, you just shook me with that one.
Grave Diggers, because RZA was in the Grave Diggers.
Right.
Right. So
but I'm thinking Russell brought him in.
Well,
I kind of did, I guess.
Maybe.
But, okay.
But what I see is that RZA fucked with Fuquan from STETSESONIC. That's what I see. That like I don't think. All right, the STETSESONIC and them getting light in the first place might have had him being with Russell Cousin.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I think by the time the Grave Diggers thing came around, that was RZA like, I want Fuquan from STETSESONIC in the Grave Diggers.
Well, that's probably around the time Stet was kind of fading out.
They was fading out, right?
They was fading out a little bit because I think they had problems with the money. It was too many of them.
Right.
And only a couple of them had side jobs like Prince Paul.
And they was a band. So they had a band, right?
Exactly.
All right, so if you got a band, you got a lot of people to pay, man.
But
if you're doing
exactly, but they're only giving us hip hop money.
Right,
they wasn't giving us a lot of band money. It wasn't like Ohio players.
Right. So and that's going into kind of like what I was talking to you earlier when you said you had rapped to one of the cats from you was rapping to one of the cats from STETSESONIC at one point in time.
I had met Daddy-O in the E&R doctor in New York. I had a situation with my ear.
When was this when you like around the time frame you talking about?
92, 93-ish.
Okay. So this when you had made your pilgrimage up to New York.
Yes, I've been in there.
The hip hop pilgrimage up there.
Yep. And I seen he had the rod. This one I'm gonna go back. He had the rhinestone jacket on. We were still wearing that with his picture on the back.
You said 92?
And it had Dad's studio on it.
With the he had the airbrush
right,
and the rhinestone.
Yeah.
That was the flavor.
Dad. That must why we had Dad's studio. Daddy-O.
Right.
All right. And I had tapped him on the shoulder. I talked with him, and he turned around and I talked, Daddy-O? Yeah. And I talked with him a little bit. And I'm a fan of him at this time, so I'm excited, pretty excited. The wrong spot to do it in because we trying to get our health together.
Right.
But it was the time that I had.
Right.
And he gave me that time, and I respect him for that. I love him for that. And what he gave me was the knowledge that I needed of the business.
Right.
Now I need to get put on real quick or none of that. I can show you my talent. Learn it. So when the time comes and your money's not right or something's not right, you're not bitching about, they robbed me for my money.
Right.
Learn it. Read your contract. This is the guy that was telling me, you got to read your contracts.
Right.
Now, people read...
That was a big thing.
Right.
I mean, let me
go ahead.
Let me clarify. That's a big thing, especially when you're dealing with intellectual property.
Right.
Intellectual property, anything that's coming from your brain that people can see or hear. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's important because intellectual property can be stolen. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's most of that is just you.
Right.
And what you create, what's coming out of you. You know what I mean? Right. The best example I get when you laying down on the beach or something, just looking at the clouds. The clouds will give you an image in your head. And a lot of artists take their image and go with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They create something out of that. So all that has to come together as a unit to be creative. Your brain has to work 24 hours a day. You know what I mean? It ain't just focused on one issue. That's why a lot of artists do certain things. You can't understand why they do it. Like, why would you pose naked and stuff like that? Or I seen a picture of Kobe Bryant, and rest in peace, Kobe, with the basketball, but he was naked, but the ball was covering his joint and all of that. But
that was for that Nike.
It's the artist of him.
The Sports Illustrated body issue, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of it's the artists. They trying something new and different.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? To find a lot of them are still finding themselves.
Yeah.
Because you thrown in this world where you do something great and they're gonna cater to you.
Right.
Michael Jackson.
All right.
Cater to him.
Before we get too deep into one subject,
go ahead.